Today on the Tiger Football Report, we'll preview the Tigers game against the Sea Wolves of Stony Brook. Get ready, Tiger fans. Tiger Football Report starts now.
And here we have 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola. I'm gonna swirl it. I'm gonna smell it. I'm just gonna take one small sip.
Kinda seemed like more than a sip.
Yeah, let me show you. Refined.
1893, made with cola nut extract and real sugar. Boldly blended colas.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Hello and welcome to the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. This Saturday at 7 o'clock, the Tigers will welcome in the Sea Wolves of Stony Brook to Johnny Unitas Stadium. The game will be the Tigers' annual pink game for breast cancer awareness. Joining me now, the head coach of the Tigers, Rob Ambrose. And Coach, I know that this game is always important to you because we all want to do whatever we can. Cancer touches everybody in the world at some point or another, and raising awareness for breast cancer is a big thing.
Yes, there's a young lady named Bobby Madison that worked in our athletic department that is a great academic advisor, great mentor for kids. And she's a tough lady. I honestly would have liked her to be a football coach. And breast cancer got to her a couple of years ago, and it's this time of year always gets me. And in our practices this week, we actually had a breast cancer survivor come speak to the team and let them know that this game, with the Red Devils being the partner, that some of the money from the tickets is going to the Red Devils, which supports families of breast cancer patients, and our chance to make a difference. And it's not just about wearing pink wristbands or looking kind of cool one day of the year. It's about actually participating in upping the awareness and making a difference with our play, having this game, bringing people to in the stadium, and that money going to a good cause. So we're excited that it's Stony Brook, but there's a little bit more to it for everybody, and we all have somebody that's been touched by cancer, and this is just our chance to make a difference.
I know that we all get caught up in wins, losses, and everything else, but for you, since the day you stepped back here, you have made community service a very important part of this football program.
Tremendous notoriety goes along with athletics and everything you do. Everybody's always watching. Well, if they're always watching, then how about instead of just watching the game, why don't they watch us do something? Why don't we set the example of what we could do? And a number of times I've heard people say, yeah, I went and did this. I go, well, why'd you go do that? Because I saw your team go do it, and I thought that was really cool. And any time that you can make the slightest bit of difference, we got some power because we're athletes. We're the most noticeable people on campus. We're the biggest. We're the tallest. So people watch us all the time. Well, instead of watching us just play a sport, why don't you watch us go do something good? And all of a sudden, hey, you know what? I could go do that. I could go make a difference too. So They say that our athletic department does over 10,000 hours of community service, and I got the most amount of guys, so clearly we do the most work. And just like everything, college kids don't want to do anything, ever. I didn't want to do anything when I was in college either. Did I say that on TV? But after I get them past the first 5 minutes of their complaining that they have to do it, watching them engage with whatever it is that we're doing. And we do youth shelters and homeless shelters and old people and Red Devils. We were in the hospital the other day with some cancer patients, just for no other reason than making their day better. How about this? We're there, they're laughing, they're just happy that somebody, while they're going through this miserable time, somebody's coming in and being nice to them, saying hi, you know? And they like football. They like football players. That's kind of cool. So my guys are taking a picture with one of the patients. And I get a text message 6 hours later that it's a brother-in-law of a guy I know, that he hadn't told anybody that his brother-in-law had cancer. But that my guys were there, I was there with him, my team was there, and that it made his day, and it made this guy's day. And the fact that we made somebody's life better for a minute. If you got the power to do something good, you should. And we're teaching that to our kids.
It's something that you guys should be commended for, and I know you don't want to take accolades for it, but it's
just
very
what you
important
should
to the
do.
Community, and it's been a great thing since you've been here. All right, now on to less important things. Football game Saturday at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Stony Brook Sea Wolves come in. This is a team, Stacy Bedell, their running back, one of the best in the conference and in the country. The last couple of times these two teams have met up, the one thing that we've seen is hard-nosed, smash-mouth football, because both of you guys love to play physical football.
Well, Chuck and I don't come from the same geographic areas. I think that he and I have the same genetic philosophies behind it. We believe football is a tough man's game. It's a physical game, and we don't shy away from that. And now I agree that one of the things that we've had in common in these games is they've been very, very physical ball games. But the other one is that they've been great ball games. They've been games, even when we weren't very good, it was a game that came down to like the last drive of the game in the fourth quarter. So I go back to what I always say, high entertainment value for your dollar, except this time some of that entertainment money is going to the Red Devils to help them out.
And the Sea Wolves are a team, you guys are 1-3, 0-2 in the CAA, so you're desperate for a victory. This is a team that's coming off a bye, but they're like in the same situation you were in last week. They're coming off a bye where they lost a game that they really probably didn't think they were going to lose going into the game. They had come off a win against Richmond, who was ranked second in the country at the time, and they beat them pretty good up in Long Island, then turn around and lose to Sacred Heart and lose pretty badly. So they've been itching to get back out on the field.
They have, but they've also walked the path that is the exact opposite of ours. They've been home for most of their games. These kids are so looking forward to actually coming home. We feel like we've only been here for 15 minutes. You know, we St. Francis, we're here for like 5 minutes and we're done. And we've been on the road, buses and planes, and no, we want to come home. We want to play in front of our fans, and they got to come play here. Going up there is really, really hard to play. Ask Richmond this year. Ask New Hampshire last year. And we knew it went the last 2 times we've been up there. We got away with a win both times. But it's hard. Nah. They got to come to our place. They got to come to our fans. They got to come to our student section. I think Coach Priori knows this is not an easy place to play, and he's not that looking forward to it.
What about the running back, Bedell? What is it that makes him special?
Oh, he has all the tools that you want of a running back. He's got, clearly he's got the speed. He's got great vision. He's got great balance, and he's got great change of direction. He understands their scheme extremely well, and his only downfall in the last couple of years is he hadn't been able to stay healthy. But it's not just him. They got a wideout that's an all-league wideout. They got an offensive. Their left tackle is going to play in the NFL. He will be a draft pick, I promise you. Their defense is schematically, I think they're in the top 10 in the country. Defense, it's another week in the CAA. Great players, great schemes, great coaches.
But this week at Johnny Unitas Stadium. The Tigers and the Sea Wolves will kick off inside Johnny Unitas Stadium at 7 o'clock. I'll have the call alongside Hall of Fame coach Gordy Combs on CBS Sports Radio 1300 starting at 6:45. The game is also on Comcast Sportsnet. Every week we finish up with me throwing out a name to the coach, and this one, he had a special week. Current Pittsburgh Steeler who just got his first start, Jordan Dangerfield. When I say Jordan Dangerfield, what do you think?
Ouch. He might, pound for pound, and I know I'm going to offend some alums here, pound for pound, might be the hardest hitter I've ever had the opportunity to be around on a football field. And I'm going to put as a very close second, Darius Victor. The two of them colliding with each other would sound like a car crash of tremendous proportions. No, Jordan was a great worker, understood scheme as good as anybody, but the one thing he brought to the table, he loved contact. And he wasn't afraid of it, he wasn't ashamed of it, and everyone knew it. And if you got near his, it's like video games with those little circles around the players. If you got anywhere near his circle, you were in physical danger. No pun intended. So I could not be happier for him. He is really stuck with this, despite some incredible odds, to be able to make that team, to stay on the practice squad, to keep fighting, to earn his start, and to play as well as he did. That's a good day, a really good day.
And he laid a hit. Unfortunately, play got called back because of a penalty, but he had a one-on-one, and I said, I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, this poor guy's about to get slaughtered.
They just don't know. We play physical football here. Jordan helped set the tone.
That will do it for us on the Tiger Football Report. For head coach Rob Ambrose, I'm Spiro Morekas. Hope to see you at the U on Saturday night, and as always, go Tigers.